So I got a question for all you atheists out there. Why atheism? I'm actually interested in this because I get why some people might come to the conclusion that they believe there is no God, or they come to a point of lack of belief, so on and so forth. But why do it in the first place? Why label yourself that one, A, is going to get you chastised and criticized, and B, make it so that you're going to have a near possible time actually talking with the majority of the population of the world? I don't get it. And why all this thought? Why all this need to feel fucking superior? I mean, I guess I get it. Christians feel superior. A lot of Christians feel superior because they feel like they're the only ones that aren't going to hell. Jewish people feel superior because they think they're the chosen people. Muslims feel superior because they think they're getting 62, 72 virgins. And atheists feel superior because they think they're the most logical, reasonable, rational people out there. Forgetting people like Martin Luther King, Newton, and all those other people. Oh, they weren't rational. Sorry, I digress. But my question is, why atheism? Because when I was on my path to self-discovery, and I was on a path to self-discovery, and I found myself, which is something very few people do, or something I think very few people do. But anyways, when I was on this path to finding myself and coming to understand myself and what my thoughts and ideas were and what my beliefs were, I came to a point of actually really atheistic understanding, and I saw the world in a completely different view. At the time, it seemed like the world made perfect sense the way it was without any divine influence whatsoever. It made perfect sense the way it was. And I literally had to ask, like, is there no God? Like, do I have to come to a conclusion of not believing in God? And that's the point where I completely changed directions on my understanding. And I think this is something most atheists don't do. I think atheists stop at this point of understanding this world in a completely different lens. And they see this lens and they're like, this is reality. And this right here, this atheism that I believe right now is reality. But I changed the direction on my path from that lens. I changed lens and I said, what does it matter? Because what's important to me personally is helping people, being a better influence on the world. I came to the conclusion that the only thing that I really care, the thing that I care most about in the world, is helping people, making people's lives better. And I can do that without atheism. Or I mean, I could do that with or without a God. It's like, God exists, I can help people. God doesn't exist, I can still fucking help people. I'm fucking fine. I'm straight. I can literally just spend my life benefiting and bettering the world, and I can live a happy, complete, full fucking life regardless if there's a God or not. But that's the point I came to. And that's the reason I understand that atheism seems like it has no real point. It's like, how can I put this? I want to have a well reasoned argument, but you got to give me a second. So, why have a label? Why label yourself to something you can never be sure of? I mean, you can never be 100% sure that there is no God. I mean, you can be 100% sure there is no God, but you'll never know for sure. You'll never know for certain that there is no God. And again, why ostracize yourself from the majority of the population? And why spend so much time speaking on this idea that really has no certain value to it? I just don't understand. I mean, you can literally go to a position of agnostic, which is the position I came to. I still left the door open for a God. I was like, you know what? God might be real. And I was fine with it. I'm happy I did because I later found I was later given proof. Something I'm not going to go into because this gets long and drawn out. It's something I don't like talking about out of respect for God. And I'm not I'm not a Bible humping Christian, obviously, but I'm just a person who believes. What do I believe? I believe in Jesus. I believe in Jesus as God. That's why I wear the cross, pretty much. Just thought I'd put that out there, let you guys know, full disclosure and stuff. But anyways, what I came to is the understanding of just the in between, or a little bit. I leaned to a little bit to the belief side, but I still was like, you know what? I can move forward with my life if there's a God or if there isn't a God. And I can do that well. And instead of me spending all this time, all this anguish, all this energy on supporting atheism or this atheistic ideas or these ideas that are associated with atheism, I can literally just spend all my time helping people. And I guess the question is, why don't atheists do that? I mean, I hear so many atheists act like atheism is the biggest fucking issue ever. Like, it's the biggest fucking issue ever. I know a lot of atheists that believe that atheism is actually the next step to our human social evolution, which I disagree with 100%. I'll get to that in a sec. But I just don't get the point of it. Like, literally the only thing you're doing, like, you're labeling yourself as something negative, or what in a lot of people's eyes, at least in America, is considered something negative. Why do it? Why not just be happy with your life and possibly even leave the door open for God? Why do you have to come to that conclusion? I mean, if you want to say that, there's probably not a God, why can't you just move on from that and say, well, there also might be a God, and that's not a question that I need to be 100% sure of, or I need to label myself 100% sure of. I know a lot of atheists are going to say they're agnostic atheists, but atheism generally means, in most people's eyes, at least in America, the country I live in, means that you don't believe in God. And a lot of atheists don't believe in God. If you hook most agnostic atheists up to a lie detector, I'm guessing if you ask a question, do you think a God exists? Do you think a God can exist? The answer to those questions would be no and no. Personal belief is a personal theory of mine, but that's what I think. Anyways, why spend your life on that topic? I mean, and again, back to the point of why do atheists think that atheism accept our human social evolution? Because I actually know what the next step of our human social evolution. I came to this understanding when I got past atheism. The next step to our human social evolution is the understanding of our global society, the society that is possible because we're so intertwined through the internet. We can connect with a person in China or Europe, so on and so forth, in seconds, and we can interact with them in very, very real ways. So why would I limit my understanding, my ability to communicate, my ability to associate myself with these people by labeling myself an atheist or a non-atheist? Why do you feel the need to call yourself an atheist? What's the point of it? When you could have a such broader viewpoint of the world and be able to connect to so many other people just through the fact that you don't make that claim. So why do you make the claim? It's nothing that you can be. Well, I guess, like I said, there are people that are 100% sure that there is no God, but why do it? That's my question. I guess have a good one.